Good evening, lovely tubers. My name is the White Mexican, and welcome to Market Watch Investments. I have a plethora of cards that I'll be showcasing for you guys tonight, and I do hope that you will enjoy. Getting things kickstarted tonight is going to be number 29, Mannequin Cat. And this is a solo print, common, interesting enough, dawning out of Rising Rampage. This is obviously just a common, so it's extremely affordable. The reason why I'm showcasing this is because I think that this is going to be an excellent tech side card for mirror matches. So Power of the Elements is dawning in August with Splights, and there's going to be a lot of players playing the deck, and I think this is going to be an amazing mirror match card to have. So this is the effect here, and this is insanely affordable, so we're just going to go ahead and starting market price, near mintly played first editions, stacks, not even a quarter here, and there's a fat stack of 58 here, so plenty of availability on the market here. And this is a pretty cool. All right, next is going to be Diagusto Phoenix. So I'm kind of tossed up between these two. We have this card, and it's very similar to Cat Shark. I know a lot of, I don't know if I can say a lot of hype, but a lot of players seem to be opting to use Cat Shark. Obviously, you can see its exponential growth in value here, so it's gaining some great popularity. People are believing that it's going to perform very, very well in the Splight deck and the Splight engine here. If you decide to go the water engine with maybe perhaps the frogs or another type of water engine here. So starting market price for this is about 7 bones for about the first couple ones. There is a stack of 5 here for near mint first edition. And then there's another stack of 25 here for 7 bones. 5 pages availability, so plenty of, even for stacks, plenty of options. Quite expensive. This is also another solo print, so these are the gold secret rares, which I know a lot of people give a lot of hate to gold secret rares. I personally don't like golds myself. There's very rare golds, a rare selection of golds that I like, but these secret golds actually look very, very good. For some of the cards. I've never seen this in person, so I don't really know how it looks. It looks kind of okay from this picture, but the secret golds actually look pretty good in my personal opinion. So this is definitely seeing an uptick. But this card very reminds me, it's a attack booster, and it reminds me of Diagusto Phoenix. Now, Splights are Thunder, and they're all different attributes. I don't know if there, I think there is maybe a couple wind ones, I'm not sure, I can't remember, but you don't necessarily need to have another wind monster because Diagusto Phoenix is a wind, so you can just boost itself and essentially smack for 3k, which could be a game ender depending on where you are. If it's the end of the game, you're just going for a direct 3k slap in the face to your opponent. Pretty strong. I would personally opt to run this one over Cat Shark. I know Cat Shark has a little bit more flexibility because it has that kind of that extra effect, but you do have to run it specifically. Well, I guess you don't have to run it. It's just 2 level 2, so it's generic. You don't have to run it specifically in water, but obviously it needs to have originally water monsters. So you have to run the water engine if you want to run Cat Shark. I would personally much rather run Phoenix, in my personal opinion. So getting into Phoenix here, so near mint copies are starting around roughly 9-ish, 10 bones, about 10 bones pretty much all across the board here. Nonstop Gaming has a fat stack of 40 near mints for about 10 bones. If we incorporate the lightly playeds, it's going to drop down to about 8 bones. And there's about 3 pages of that. There is a original Secret Rare variant from Hidden Arsenal 6, which looks pretty cool as well. Obviously, it's not quite as aesthetically pleasing as the DT holofoil, but we're going to go ahead and take a look at these, and these are significantly more affordable. They're about 3 bones for first edition copies near mint, and then it looks like there's some stacks here for 5, so we'll switch over to bulk pricing, and it's going to jump to about 5 bones for bulk prices, and then it quickly jumps to 10, and then a whopping 45 for some reason. It's pretty ambitious price point there. So that's going to be Phoenix. Next is going to be Ib the World Chalice Priestess. And the reason why I like this is, one, so it's a link 2, obviously. and you can just, use 2 different types and attributes monsters, so well in reach of splites. They have a lot of range when it comes to that. The thing that's really cool about this is, it's relatively generic for the most part, but this effect right here, this link card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and then your opponent cannot target this linked card with card effects. So I think I may have misread this, the second part. I don't know if this has to be, like, co-linked with another. I don't know if this means it has to be co-linked to another link monster, like has to be pointing to another link monster, or if it just means that it was link summoned. So comment below if you guys differentiate that. Again, I by no means claim mastery on like how the regulation rules work, but this effect alone is really cool. It's a good stall card if you're in a pinch. I think this is pretty incredible. Other than that, it's really not that big of a deal. It's because the other effect is specific towards World Chalice, which no one's really plays that anymore. For a while, it kind of had its time to shine, but extremely affordable. I just like it for this effect mostly. There's 2 super rare variants, I believe. This is the original one from COD. Original Code of the Duelist is a really cool transition set. The first set that dawned link monsters for us here in the TCG, and this is just insanely affordable. I mean, like under a quarter bone for first edition near mints even. There's a fat stack of 42 here, first edition near mint for a quarter bone, 0.25 a piece. So extremely affordable. And again, the other variants was, yes, the 2018 Megatin mirrored super rare. Alright, so bear with me, this is going to be kind of obscure. So people are getting pretty wild and colorful with their ideas on Splight. I've been personally researching this deck for a couple weeks now. Really excited about it. And I'm a big Zombies fan. And ever since we got Zombie Horde and Battle Roach and that whole engine is just really, really good. And so I'm thinking about trying to practice soon enough. I'm trying to construct a zombie variant, a Splight zombie variant. Obviously, Vampire Sucker is an extremely good card in the Zombie Horde engine and just for zombies in general. It is a level 2 link. You need zombie monsters, but of course, if you are incorporating a zombie blend build, you'll be running Zombie World as well as probably the Zombie Horde engine. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at these. These are the original secret rare variants dawning out of Flood, Flames of Destruction. We're going to be looking at first edition copies. And starting market price for light plays is going to be roughly around 10 bones, even for about this near mint here. Near mint lightly played across the board. It's all pretty much 10 bones. And it looks like there's Italian stacks over here, so let's go ahead and switch to bulk prices. There are some Italiano European ones here, and those are about 11 bones, fat stack of 47, and then it goes to 15 bones for a playset of first edition near mint English copies. Of course, there's other variants. I personally wouldn't really recommend getting. I mean, for playability purposes, I guess you can get the ultra rare. There's even a mirrored ultra rare that's extremely affordable. I mean, for playability purposes, if you want a very affordable one, I would just go for the secondary reprint ultra. Even though it looks utterly disgusting, just the same as the 2019, I'm just not a fan of ultra rares. At least these specific ultra rares by any means. They are quite affordable, so there's more affordable alternatives if you guys don't want to get the amazing aesthetically pleasing beauty that is the secret rare. Alright, so then Zombie World. So I'm aware that there is, I believe, Hobby League, or Duelist League, I believe it's called. Whatever the purple and blue and green and alternative text writing in the name here. Those are the highest. I personally don't like those. A lot of players don't know about those, and they're hard to get, and they're relatively expensive. They're the most expensive variants of Zombie World, but my personal favorite are the ultra rares dawning out of Legendary Collection Joey's World. Legendary Collection stuff is one of the very small pocket of the market of ultra rares that I really do appreciate, amongst a few other sections of the markets for ultras. And this is my personal variant because this was the very first hollow foil print that we got, and of course, we're super biased towards Legendary Collection cards in general. So, looking at this. First edition copies, they're going to be about around 4-ish, 5 bones, give or take, across the board for near mint lightly played. And then if we switch over to stacks, there actually is a stack one play set here for 3 bones, but you have to incorporate this 3 bone shipping, and then it quickly jumps up to about 9 bones for near mint first edition for a fat stack of 17. So that gets quite pricey. Obviously, there's more affordable alternatives if you guys so choose. And it looks like this internet's been wonky today, so I don't know what's going on. There is the dual overload ultra rares, which are about 3 bones, and then we have a plethora of commons, and then there's also a mirrored ultra rare reprint for about a bone, give or take, from the second haunting. So completely up to you guys if you guys want to go for some more affordable alternatives. And then the next card for zombie builds blend / mixture is going to be Shinobi Necro. This is a level 2. It is a tuner, very much a tuner, which is really cool. Obviously a dark zombie, so, you know, very much part of a zombie engine. And this card's really cool. I mean, I'm showcasing this specifically because when you're running the Zombie Horde engine and you're special summoning your Doom King, or you're doing a whole lot of shenanigans, you do a lot of special summoning from the graveyard, and it's really nice to get this +1 effect here when comboing, and then you can also discard, and that's not a neg in zombies, especially if you're playing the Zombie Horde engine. When you want to pitching to the grave sparks a lot of effects for a lot of the monsters, so that's a very, very good thing if you're running a zombie engine, if you have the materials. So really, really good. This is the reprinted version as a super rare, 2020 Megatons as a super rare. There was another variant, but I think it was like a common or rare. So this is just so affordable, and it's a hollow foil. So I mean, pretty much renders the original print useless. And these are insanely affordable. They're like under a quarter bone. Even if we switch to bulk prices, like they're not even a quarter for first edition Lily Plaids and near mints. You can see extremely affordable here. So that's going to be Shinobi. Next is going to be something very, very interesting. So Bujinki Ahashima. Ahashima is actually, unfortunately, so it's cool that it's a solo print. It's unfortunate that it is an ultra rare. I highly despise ultra rares. I think it's extremely disgusting for most variants, not all. And I really think this card deserved to be printed in a secret rare, specifically because it's relatively generic. You don't have to use Beast Warrior or Bujin monsters. You just have to do two monsters with the same level. So obviously great potential with this level 2 deck that is Splight. And this effect is pretty incredible. You can say it's kind of redundant because you kind of have to give up to gain. But this is a pretty incredible effect. I think it has relatively good potential. And then, you know, it has, so this is mostly why I'm targeting this for Splites is going to be for this effect right here, for putting some level 2s on the board. And then, you know, I guess if you happen to kick off the second effect, it's, you know, a secondary MST, extra little MST effect there for you if you so choose. Okay, so this is actually relatively good money for what it is. I mean, it's probably more so because it's a solo print. Starting market price of first edition near mints. It's a 2-stack here for about 4 bones. And then bulk pricing start is a fat stack of 221 for about 4 bones for near mint first editions. And there's 6 pages of availability. So, again, coolest thing about that is that it's a solo print. Unfortunately, it is an ultra rare, but an all-around really cool effect. Alright, next is going to be Ipmascarina. So there is several variants of this card. She even has her own decor here, which personally I'm not a big fan of, but you know, to each their own. There is the Starlight Rares, which is extremely expensive and highly collectible. Chaos Impact, I believe this was one of the very first Starlight Rares. Not the first, but one of the very first. So, seeing this as Starlight Rare, and it's very much a collector's card, I don't see much people playing this. Is going to be more for collectability purposes. I know this is a really popular card, and people have been using this in the meta for quite some time. Obviously has waifu tax, collectability purposes going for it and all that. It's got like these like retro like rollerblades and all that stuff. But I personally, so I admit, I'm very out of the meta competitive scene, and it's been quite some time since I've really done some research into it. One of the reasons why I'm so excited about Power of the Elements and really investing a lot of time into researching and studying Splight. because it's going to be one of the first competitive decks that I'm going to pick up in quite some time, and I'm very excited about it. This card is you know, I didn't know, the biggest thing that I like about this is this effect right here. I think this is probably, I don't know if this is what does it in for the majority of players who like this card, but this is what really sold me on this card that I really like. And then of course that's, again, relatively generic, just 2 non-link marchers. So pretty much any deck can play it. Okay, so enough of that. Starting market prices here. It looks like it's 1,202 bones starting market price for near mint first editions, and that quickly goes to 1,400 plus, and then 1,500, and then it continues to trickle up. These are all 1 stacks, by the way, for near mints. I guess if you wanted to go for lightly played, I don't really know why you would, because this is all for collectability purposes, but it is significantly more affordable for about 930 for the lightly played. So incredible. Incredible card, very valuable and good artwork, and just an all-around great card for playability purposes as well. So a lot of amazing things going on for that card. We're gonna go ahead and check out some other variants here. Maybe not. Okay, while that is loading, I'm just going to go ahead and move on to Diagusto Emerald. So this is not a level 2, this is 2 level 4s. So a little bit of the obscure thought process specifically for Splites, because they're all level 2. But just the recycle factor is pretty incredible. So you're going to rotate through your graveyard a lot, and I think the recycle factor behind this effect is really incredible. Gives you back all your monsters, plus it gives you a draw 1, which is really, really great. This is the dual terminal 7 variant, so highest rarity as a DT Ultra. Really, really great. Pretty cool artwork here. Relatively for collectability purposes and relatively pricey card here. Near mint copies are to start around 38 bones, and then they're going to go to about, well, still 38 for the stack of 4. If we incorporate lightly playeds, this is severely unfortunate that my Wi-Fi is crapping out on me right now. So so for IP, there is the ultra rares from the original set, and then there's the maximum gold, premium gold, which are going for about 5-6, ultras for about 8. What I wanted to talk about more specifically, my personal favorite variant of this is going to be the Prismatic secret rares, dawning from Mega Pack 20. These are not the most affordable cards, but they are relatively affordable, you know, given that the Starlight Rares are super expensive. And these are about 9 bones for first edition copies, lightly played, and then near mints are roughly around 10. There is a stack of 3 here for 10 for first edition near mint. And just out of curiosity, we'll go ahead and switch over to bulk pricing. So pretty much 10 across the board for bulk prices, and then it's going to trickle up to about 15 or so after that. So incredible card, great alternative, very affordable, relatively affordable alternative with a high rarity of Prismatic Secret, which is really, really nice. Alright, so going back to Emerald, we're going to go ahead and cover the other variants. So Hidden Arsenal 7 was the original print as a secret rare. There's this terrible gold rare that looks like total garbage, and then there's this total trash rare from that ultra rare set there. So looking at original first edition secret rare copies, we're going to go ahead and check out the price points. These are about almost 7 bones for lightly played first edition, and if you want a near mint, it's going to be about 7 bones as well. These are all these are onesie twosie stacks on the first page. Out of curiosity, I want to see if there's bulk prices. There's not bulk prices available for the secret variant. There is a 2 stack here for 7 though, so take that as is. Pretty incredible. And the last thing that I wanted to cover here, so was yesterday, 17 May 2022, after almost 20 years of being banned, being one of the most infamous ban cards of all time, and one of the many original Generation 1 cards to warrant the ban list's creation. Yatagarasu, ladies and gentlemen, was released 2-1 off the forbidden ban list. I'm extremely excited about this. Me having an immense love for Generation 1 legacy area of the game. Cookie Cutter Chaos format was one of my first competitive formats ever as a kid, and I really, really loved Invasion of Chaos and the whole combo between Witch of the Black Forest or Sangan and Chaos Emperor Dragon before it was errated, and Yatagarasu and pecking your opponent to death, and all that really great stuff. Very, very infamous, very, very special, nostalgic time for me personally, so I was very, very delighted and extremely excited to see this come off the list. After almost 2 decades. Is very, very incredible. We also got another Gen 1 legend here. Change of Heart came to 1. An extremely amazing old school Generation 1 card, which I was very, very excited about. So really quick, I'm sure everyone and their mom is covering this, but we're just going to go ahead and take a quick peek at the OG infamous bird himself. Legacy of Darkness Secret Rares for first edition Near mints exclusively, starting market price is actually down. Yesterday was $225. There's a fat stack of 13. Really love that number, by the way, for 205 bones for near mint first edition. If you switch over to lightly playeds, there's actually some lightly playeds for 140. Another grand 13 stack for 140 lightly played. So that's very incredible. 2 pages. So across the board, it looks like for first edition copies, there's 4 pages. Okay, so and just out of curiosity, we're gonna do something a little lackluster, a little sacrilegious. We're gonna go ahead and take off this and add this, and take a look at what near mint unlimited. So unlimited near mints are going for 100 bones. There's a stack of 2. There's actually a stack of 7 here for unlimited near mint for 100. And then if we switch over to unlimited lightly plays, which is going to be the most affordable you guys are going to get for the original OG variant, it's going to go to about 60 bones, about 59 for lightly played unlimited for 2, and around the same price for a fat stack of 10. So obviously a lot of people are listing this on the market. People have been holding on to this for quite some time. That looks pretty banged up. Really, really great stuff. There is 2 other variants which are both common, I believe, and I'm sure they've seen some great price fluctuation. The Retro Pack 2 is going anywhere between 11 to 16 apparently, and the DB2 is going between 9 to 16 equally. So pretty cool. And then, of course, we have Legendary Change of Heart. There's so many immaculate rarities of this. We have the Legendary Collection 3 Secret Rare. We have their OG Magic Stamped Original Meta Raiders, very much a Gen 1. Another Gen 1 Dark Beginning Ultra Rare. I'm actually about to do a trade with Chaney's TCG Store for an Ultimate Dragoon, and this is part of the trade, so really looking forward towards that. And then even the commons, and keep in mind these commons are Gen 1, so they are magic stamped, which is very nostalgic. Good collector's value and great history merit in my personal opinion. So we have the starter deck Yugi, which is more than likely probably the most expensive common one. And then we have the starter deck Yugi, starter deck Joey, and starter deck Pegasus. Was there not a starter deck? We have Yugi, starter deck Yugi, Joey, Pegasus. It doesn't look like starter deck Kaiba, the original starter deck Kaiba, got a variant, but we have the evolutions as well, which I consider Generation 2. You have the Star Decks, you have the original Star Decks, 2002 Star Decks, and then you have the evolutions, which I consider Generation 2 evolutions, and then the Generation 3s, which are the Reloaded series, at least for Yuki and Kaiba. And these are all, you can see these are going for pretty incredible price points all across the board. So if you guys have them, sell them, I guess, if you want to. I mean, if there's a buyer, there has to be a buyer. Remember, you don't have an investment unless there's a buyer, but if there's a buyer and they're willing to pay the prices, you can make some good money, probably more specifically for the first editions. I would personally hold on if you have the secret rares, if they're first edition secret rares, and if you have the Magic Stamp Mel Raider ones in good condition, I would hold on to those. Maybe if you have multiples, you can sell some. Personally, the only one that I'm pushing off is my single copy of my DB1 Ultra, but I'm holding on to my first edition secrets and my unlimited or OG Magic Stamped MRDs. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you've enjoyed this content, please share it with someone that you think will enjoy it. The world is a dark place, and life is difficult. Be aware that you never know what others are enduring. Please remember to be a friend, be a brother, be a sister. Love and encourage those that surround you always. I hope you guys are making some fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh! Investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.